Hi, this is my proposal for introverts for WSU. So who am I? I'm Sita Ganugapati. I'm a strategic communications major at the Edward R. Murrow College of Communications. I have a passion for involvement, promotion, and community outreach. So what's the problem? The problem is that WSU makes it very hard to access or find information about student organizations and student clubs, usually relying on tabling at the beginning of the year or word of mouth, or events that the college itself puts on, such as the academic kickoff events at the beginning of the semester. These are usually flawed as they're at the beginning of each semester and make it very hard for new students who have a little harder time getting out, or students who can't make the events, or students who have a very hard time with outreach. Maybe perhaps social anxiety, or just isolated or involved or shy. So WSU also has an issue with reputation, as we've never currently left our party school reputation. While every school is a party school in some sense, we can do better, and we can get our name grander. And some of that will also be focusing on the non-Greek aspects of our school. So, what else exists at WSU? Well, we have 280 plus student organizations, including Greek life. We can work with the programs we already have to make joining them more accessible, and we can also make these programs reachable. Well, there are multiple associations. The problem is that people really don't know how to join, or they hear by word of mouth and join up that way. They join in person. But for people like me who are very isolated, it can be very hard to join these clubs if you don't already have an in. And especially since the Presence app are clunky, but working with clubs such as SEB, Cable 8, and Cougar Radio, and other large and very social clubs. I was also working with undergrad research departments and various associations for diversity. Also, UREC classes could also help our initiative. We could build a coalition to engage with students on campus in order to get them to join these organizations. So our strengths are that there are plenty of clubs and we can sway more people join clubs and other extracurriculars or attend dorm events, increasing the level of participation in WSU-sponsored activities. Weakness. We're going up against a very large reputation, almost putting a band-aid on what essentially and is a large problem for WSU's reputation. We have plenty of opportunities that exist. We have plenty of clubs, plenty of events, but we need to do more. We need to do a better job handling our outreach and working with introverts for this platform. Because we're missing a large chunk of people who don't know how to get involved. Funding and larger audience draw for attention, as well as a personal website barrier. Clubs don't have their own personal website. There's usually a link that leads you to more links, and in the end, you still don't know how to join up. Clubs having their own website pages, their own links, or their own WordPresses would help us immensely. Currently our target enrollment is down for first-time students and transfer students. Since only 56.70 students enroll at WSU, all these students are likely to use our Academic Student Success Center, the Bookie. Students also seek out the Presence side and make use of the academic calendar for events on campus, as well as social media products such as Instagram and Twitter. And we are marketing to students that will benefit if it are going to be freshmen and new transfer students, because they're getting to know the campus, they're willing to learn about the campus, they aren't settled into their routines on campus yet. These are all very important things for us to know when we want to build and reach out to our target audiences. The nature of the campaign is built on accessibility and outreach. Like I said before, making the information about joining student organizations more accessible for these students and these transfer students, they will be more open to joining student organizations. We want to use a breezy, knowledgeable messaging to entice our audience time for clubs and activities around campuses, as well as partnering with current organizations by making their information how to join up more accessible, as well as also teaching people how to use Presence to join clubs, because Presence is kind of a clunky app. And there's nothing wrong with the fraternity and sororities, but also they shouldn't be the primary place for students to go and join these organizations on campus. So our project objective is to get out and get involved. We want students new and old to feel like the organizations around campus are accessible. So our focus will be mainly on highlighting different clubs and different ways to get involved, as well as hosting our own events about mental health that provide students the opportunity to get involved if they don't feel comfortable. We really want our main campaign to be focused on getting involved with student orgs. I personally found it hard when it came to campus to get involved with clubs and sports around campus because I didn't know how to join up and I didn't know when and where to join up, as the information was scattered across multiple web pages. I want to achieve from this project engagement and accessibility for these WSU students. I want my audience to take a chance, to take a risk. I want them to hear that. I want them to go out and get involved. And I want them to take a risk and take a chance and get involved with student clubs and organizations. So who are we focusing on? The student organization around campus, first-time students, transfer students, student orgs partnering with them to make the information accessible, and then we're reaching out to first-time students and transfer students. Our goal is to make joining student clubs more accessible and to get people involved. Students can also learn more from Presence or from certain colleges. For example, the Edward R. Murrow College takes an active effort to advertise their clubs. We want students to care and get involved because introverts who never leave their rooms may find themselves feeling isolated and alone. And we want this campaign to be a year-long thing, but I would highlight for our campaign the beginning of each semester, as that's when new students will be coming in. We have plenty of creative concept ideas, running a blog, giving out stickers at attendance events and tabling, almost a reward for coming. We want to post on Instagram like the other clubs, highlight clubs, run our blog. We want the students to get involved and be supportive with us. A blog would help promote our campaign. Videos could take clips from a variety of different clubs. Instagram could be used to promote our flyers and give students information on student organizations. We can also teach people how to use Presence. Here are some ideas that we have drafted, such as stickers, posters, Instagram stories, and flyers. Here's for the event. And our timeline and success metrics are, so right now our timeline is bases till the end of our current fall semester, ending with transfer of ownership. However, we want to start this as early as possible to bring our students who want to start hosting events, who want to start getting people out and getting people involved. We want to start building a brand. And here at WSU, we also want people to, with spring semester upcoming, we also want to start preparing for the new spring semester, the new opportunities for students to join clubs. To ensure this campaign will be a success, in person, using Twitter analytics and Instagram insights on our stories and posts would be helpful. It will allow us to see our outreach and who we can get involved with. Physical metrics such as attendance and using surveys and receiving feedback, we'll be able to gather physical metrics for the campaign. These are my references. Thank you for listening to me.